And he says, well, if you're from Delhi, you should know this is what dal makhani tastes like. Can you believe that? And he's selling me something so willingly, without any shame, and telling me this is something that it actually is not. Now imagine somebody who's having Indian food for the first time. And that's why I tell you, if you want Indian food, make it at home. It's going to be so much more flavorful. And you know what? There's another thing I want to talk about. Recently, very recently, I ordered some Indian food. I got some chicken tikka masala and paneer tikka masala or paneer butter masala. And it was delicious. I was pleasantly surprised. The naan could have been better, but all the naans here taste about the same. And believe it or not, I'm all done. I'm happy. It was tasty. And then I look at my hands. And guess what? My hands were pink. Pink.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Their flavors were there. The food was delicious. Why did they have to put fake coloring to make it look like Indian food? If your food tastes good, serve it. I don't know why these restaurants think it's okay to pull a wool over their customers' eyes. There's a way to make food red if you want, and with complete natural ingredients like degi mirch, which is made out of capsicum and red chili peppers. Why don't you just use that? Why don't they use that? Why do they have to? And I honestly felt betrayed. Like, I ordered a dish and I expect it to be made out of some fresh ingredients, not some food dye, red dye, which I don't know if it's good for me or not. If you make food at home, you know what you're putting into it. You know how fresh it is, and you can really adjust the dish and the recipe to match your palate and really learn something from it rather than being sold something that's fake. Do you see why I'm so upset? It's really unacceptable. And each and every restaurant that I go to managed to do something that's so bizarre. Why would you do that? That's what I keep asking. Why would you do that? And that brings me to my next point. Why is the food always so expensive?
She wants your money.
And why do I need a magnifying glass or a microscope to look at the portion? Why? Why am I paying $20 or $17 for a small bowl of butter chicken? You can make the same dish right at home for about 50% less, maybe even lesser, depending on how expensive the chicken is at your grocery store. And you can make 2, 3, 4 times the amount of dish and really serve your whole family so that you're full, you're satisfied. You go to a restaurant to satisfy a craving. When I've been to a restaurant, why do I have to spend at least $100 to feel full? And you know what I'm spending my money on? To get 2 butter chickens or 3 naans or 4 naans. So this is what's happening. You guys are paying a premium on products that are not up to par, and it's not enough. It's literally not enough, and that's unacceptable. And don't even mention the grease. I don't know why each restaurant has to put so much oil in their food. It's not always like that. You don't always need the oil for the flavor. Now, if you go to India and try to have Indian food there, yeah, there will be places that put way too much oil. But then there are also some great restaurants that have a lot of flavor with not much oil, and you actually feel good after you eat, not just heavy and just sitting on the toilet for the rest of the night or the next day after you are back from eating.
Oh, no!
That's not how it should be. You should feel good and light after eating. And that's what we need more of. We need some high quality, fresh, light, and authentic Indian dishes to really showcase the culture that's part of our food. By the way, if you are following me on Instagram, you'll see some of these simply cooked dishes that I'm talking about. And they are completely scalable to make it restaurant style. And the whole point of me bringing restaurant quality foods at home is to show you that it's not really that different from home cooking. If you know the techniques, you can easily pull it off and make it even better. I'm trying to empower you so that you don't have to rely on an expensive dining experience to enjoy good food. Now, I go to restaurants all the time. Now, my all the time is not the same as your all the time. I would say I go to a restaurant maybe once, even twice a month. Not always I'll sit down, but I always get takeout. And there are a few exclusive places which I frequent, and I just keep going to the same places again and again and again because I know they're gonna deliver good quality food. And for the rest, I rely on my recipes because I know it's gonna be good, because I'm bringing authentic flavors which I have grown up with. I'm trying to replicate my childhood into these recipes. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and if you want to check it out, go ahead and check out cookingwithanadi.com. All of my recipes which I have learned and discovered throughout the years are on there, and there's way more to come. Now, another point I want to bring up is there is a food court which sells Indian food. Well, coming from somebody who grew up with Indian food, the food at that food court restaurant is better than some of these premium restaurants. I know. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Why is it that a food court can make better food than a restaurant, a full-fledged Indian restaurant, which is charging premium prices? Now, this must be completely different for places which have a denser Indian population, because there's more demand, and I'm sure the chefs there are working much harder and producing authentic Indian food to really serve their customers. But for places where the population is not as dense, these restaurants are just taking you on a ball. Just taking us for a ride. And we are on it because there's nothing else that is there for us to have. There's just nothing. All that's there is for you to stop going to these restaurants, maybe reduce the frequency while you try to make your favorite dishes at home. And as you do it, I'm here. So put your questions, put your comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. There's also a comment section in my website. So in each recipe, if you have any questions about it, holler at me, and I'll be there to answer all of your questions. And if you're one of the people who are sick of restaurants or are tired of a restaurant ruining your night and your dining experience, you want to start cooking, you want to get to restaurant quality cooking and see how easy it can be to make the same restaurant quality dishes right at home, then hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you know when my next video comes out, and share this with your friend, share this with foodies, and I really want to know your experience in the comments below. Also, my newsletter for the website is ready, and I'm going to be sharing some awesome tips and tricks and so many more things in the coming weeks and months. So be sure to sign up for that if you're interested. So while you guys are busy with that, I'm going to tag a few recipes that I recommend for you to get started at the end of the video, and you get cooking, and I'm going to see you later. Bye guys.